Hello, good afternoon. This is a video for the chapters 9 and so on. This is the part 4 for our book, and this is related to political frame. So the book explained to us that when usually a person heard about political, right away we're gonna think about corruption, evil, and so on. So we know that political is very important for our lives because it's the way that how humans have some control by the law. However, there is some corruption and there is some conflict that is generated by the power. So power is a part of the book that says that political assumptions can be affected by the power. So we understand that political is necessary for our lives and also for our organizations because we always have some relationship between companies and organizations. There is a part in the book that says that some structures or some ideas for some company um, maybe stopped or didn't work because of political issue. So before we start talking about power, conflict, and collision, we can start um, understand what the book says about how organizations can have different conflicts. So it's important to understand that people are part of the organization, and this organization can have a people from different parts of the world, people that comes from a different religion, beliefs, for different cultures, and they have many differences between each other. So that means that right away there is a conflict in that is gonna be in the company because of that. So now that we understand why we have some problems in our companies because every person has a different background, so we can think about how the power also can affect this relationship in the company, right? So the distribution of the power is very important because sometimes we have seen different stories in our lives when a person has a power, so they over use this power to maybe did something really grown, even cause a death for an innocent person. So we have as well the moral part in our life and how the moral and politics are related and are really important. If a company has employees, they need a structure, they need a politics inside the organization, and they also need a rules. So doesn't matter if the people are from different countries, different religions, beliefs, and backgrounds, they're gonna have the same purpose, the same objects, and the same um like the purpose that they have is gonna be the same, so they can work together for that. So there is a part in the chapter 10 that talks about the manager as a politician, and this is very important because this person needs a really deep skills that can generate the successful manager as a politician inside of the company. So we're gonna see what kind of skills this person needs to reach in order to have a success. um, Mandatory, we can use that word. So in first, there is says that agenda settings. We also have mapping the political frame. We also have the networking and building coalitions, and we have bargaining and negotiating. So we're gonna try to explain these four basic skills that the person needs to have to in order to be a manager as a politician. Okay, we're gonna continue with the skills that the manager as a politician needs to have. The first one is agenda setting. This is very important, that changed my life. I'm gonna in a few I'm gonna show you what I have here. It's very small, but when I realized that this is can organize my life, my days, every day by day, that helps me a lot. So in the book it says that when I know what I want, I can be more effective, to reach my goal, to reach what I want. So for the manager as a politician, it's very important to set up an agenda, to set up what the person has to be done in this week, prioritize the things that has to be done first, and it needs to have some vision as well, and it has to be with the time. What I want in 2 months, in 3 months for my company, or for 6 months. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. I know, like, it's not the goal maybe, but this is basically every week what I have to do, my schedule for my work, every time that I have. And this is by week. This is this week. So we can see that I'm doing finals. This is by month. This is the past November, and some notes as well. So I know that this is not the goal for many people. However, it's maybe a way that we can figure out our days and we can move. So as a manager, I think that it's very important to see what is going to happen in my day, what is my duties to do that day, the time that I'm going to use, and of course to organize my goals in the future. The second skill that the book shows to me is about mapping the political terrain. This is basically something that is very important in the company, because success requires substantial effort, and to be okay. So the next skill of the politician, the manager as a politician, is the mapping in the political term. Basically, this is a part where the management needs to reach the goal to have all the structures in their company in an equal level, that the bureaucracy is not that high, and the connection and communication between them is very close. We understand some companies has a really boss on the top that no one maybe can reach by call, but information or anything, because the bureaucracy is very separate. However, we also have the networking and building collations. For me, this is one of the most important skills as a manager, because as a leader we need to have the material to encourage our employees to reach their goals. And when we have a lot of cheerleaders in our company, we have the right communication, the right motivation to them, so they can improve their skills and they can reach the goal of the company. So the book says that to develop relationships, so like we need to know, like, first, who can help me, what kind of help I need. Then we need to develop relationships, so people will be there when you need them. And it is important rule to act that everyone is important in the company. So when you treat everyone as they are important, they're gonna bring the best that they have from them to the company. So we nowadays hear about, like, coaching and all these kind of new methods to motivate people, and we have the right motivation and we have the right people, so motivation is going to be effective, because they are encourage our workers in our company to do what they need to do. On the other hand, we also have branding and negotiation. We understand that companies move because people need material things, or they need a service, they need something from the companies in order to comply their needs. However, inside of the company, we have some negotiations with our vendors, or we are customers. So um, whenever two or three or more parties with some interest in common and others in conflict need to reach an agreement. We need to have a negotiation with our vendor, with our customer, in order to reach our best goal for both parts. I remember to hear about the theory win and win. So we have a negotiation because both parts are agree with the negotiation and both parts are winners. So we don't have anyone that lose something. It's something that is reciprocal, and we can go around and have win and win. So to finish this chapter, we talk about organization as a political and a political agents. So in this part we can see how the dimensions of the organization, the process that they have